Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 2v2 Showdown!
Look at those miners, man is well legend, out-tanking man here. Does the rockets, your flag is all the way slapping that one factory out of the way, but on the back of that, legend getting his... That's good check. Rocco try to push it, but pulls back up. Ladies and gentlemen, here we are in the first ever iteration of the 2v2 Showdown. The first teams, or the first willing victims are... We got Team Ravagscka versus Team Workaholic. But Team Ravagscka being Ravage and Sash. Let me just find them on the map here. Sash in red, starting on the bottom left hand side, and looks like Ravage on the bottom right. Looks like they are going to switch it up here in the starting spawns. And on the other side, we have Team Workaholic, consisting of Nash on the top left, Bulldog on top right, Soviet against Allied. We are on Hack Freezes over, and this is the first game in this 2v2 Showdown series. So what the 2v2 Showdown series is, for those of you who are living under a rock, is basically Turbo and I decided activity is a little bit low. We're too fed up waiting for the clan ladder, so we'll make our own clan ladder with hookers and blackjacks, and here we are. So we got every second and fourth Friday of the month there will be a 5 or 6 hour slots of pure 2v2 games, sponsored by ourselves and hopefully in the future by the community. And this is gonna be full of 2v2 games throughout the entire month. And for this particular month, the best performing teams will be invited to a exclusive tournament at the end of the month / the beginning of the next month. And so that's something to be seen. So let's move on to the games here. Team Ravagscka on the bottom side, and Team Workaholics along the top. Here looks like Bulldog already went with AFC first. Nash here on 4 miners going second. Ref, the coin for engineer here down on bottom left. Because obviously the miner did get drawn, but it does save it nicely there with a service deploy. I wonder if Ravage is going to send that NG all the way through. Obviously multi-engineer is on. It's going to be slightly useless, but I think that does help a lot. In the case if it does go down a little bit too far away. What's up, Legend? So nice right here by Bulldog. Nash hasn't expanded down yet. I'm interested in this swap though by the two players here. So AVS on both sides, or both left and right hand channels. Trying to see what's going to happen here. Action is still a little bit low. Activity is still a little bit low. But they're slowly getting there. We're getting defensive power drops there from both allied players on both ends. Bulldog down towards the bottom. Sash, sorry. Down towards the bottom right, going up against Bulldog here. And the engineer coming around the back. But Ravage is multi-engineer, brother. Multi-engineer is on, but he does some damage on the other hand on that wall factory. The Ivy does not take it out. Sash is going to use this opportunity to push in while on the left side. Nash trying to push in up against Ravage, but Ravage with some good micro there. Controlling that NGIV and defending at the same time. So first blood or first push does go towards the team around the bottom, Team Ravagscka, with Sash and Ravage doing some decent damage down towards that wall factory. Got Rocketeers from Bulldog targeting their power down towards the bottom left onto Ravage. Meanwhile, Nash finds an opportunity here down towards the bottom middle. He's gonna split them right apart, sniping one miner out the way. Sash using to push him down towards the top right here. Meanwhile, his teammate Ravage is defending very, very well. Look at that double defensive power drop I saw by that edge, by that cliff entrance. That means that Sash or Nash, names are confusing. Well, Nash is forced to retreat only one way. He can't just retreat into the other side in Ravage's base. Sash is gonna repair some of his rhinos. And Nash already expanding down to that second level here. Look at Ravage chasing Nash all the way down here. Nash gonna take that fight, but unfortunately, he's a little bit outnumbered. Ravage needs to be careful though. It is rhinos. We know how much how overpowered those rhinos are. And look at this again. Nash making a way down towards the bottom here. Sash is leaving that to his teammate. He trusts in his teammate so much to deal with those rhinos, but I don't think Ravage is enough to deal with this. Rhinos are going down one by one. Sorry, Grizzlies are going down one by one, even though he's on lab tech now. And looks like Ravage does lose a Sang fight. It was Sash down on the right hand side here. Bulldog defending really well with those paradox and Grizzlies. Miners are getting sniped though. And back in Ravage's space. Nash will be able to make a dent here. Lab goes on. Elite comes out. Look at this MCV move by Nash. Where the hell did he come from? Sash still making a hold. Actually, Bulldog making a really good hold against Sash. Ravage is in trouble. He is in trouble. Make it double here with Bulldog spinning down towards that second level. And the micro from Nash spinning up his elite and veteran on one side. Hoping to get a second elite, and out it comes that second elite. 3 elites from Nash. Oh my god. It looks like Bulldog does successfully defend, but Sash is gonna make a beeline down to a top left on to Nash's base in hopes to pull his teammate back. It looks like Nash is gonna move down to his bottom right here. Sash still making quite a dent here. There's the one war factory on the left side with that MTV with that expansion. Both server players now going on to drones. Look at this split from Sash. Another elite coming out here. Does Sash know about this one? Last war factory on the left side. It is looking to be pretty close here. Ravage still has a Grizzly. And look at the number of elites coming out here for the Turbo player down on the bottom team. Nash's rhinos are nowhere to be found. He lost them all to the Rocketeers, I believe. And Sash is the only one left here with a good number of rhinos. Look at those drones coming through. Elite doing so good to defend, and Sash down towards the middle as well. Bulldog, no war factories. Nash, only 1 war factory left. Sash, 1 war factory left. Ravage, 1 war factory left. Might this be a pullback? Might this be a comeback here from the Ravagscka team? Oh, he does not get the MCV. The Rocketeers save it in the nick of time. Ravage, no of his Rocketeers can come in and sweep up some damage here. Maybe Nash's decision making with those buildings was not the best. It didn't take out any of the war factories, or enough war factories from Ravage. And that allowed Sash to sort of make a move down towards the top left. Sash already did really well here. Did the everlasting fight against Bulldog. He suddenly decided to just go top left to get rid of Nash, who was the one who was making a big dent in his base and his teammates' base. What an insane game. And now the Rocketeers can come in there, the anti-air defenses for the bottom team. It's all down to this one final stand. I believe Rocketeers should be able to deal with the... There you go, with the drones, and it's horribly controlled. And with the NGIVs as well. GG. Bulldog goes down. The war factory now. And Nash goes down. What a comeback here from Team Ravagscka. Full credit to Sash here. Fighting on the right side for what seems like forever, and then suddenly decides to move down on top left. And split up to top left and top right. Amazing game there. And the first point goes to Team Ravagscka. Go into that second game here on Dorado Descent. Did Bulldog go air to start the... No, eh? No, I think... I don't remember. I think he did. I think he did go AFC first. Alright, on to our second game here on Dorado Descent. Team Ravagscka in red on the bottom right here, Ravage, and yellow top left as in Sash, going up against Team Workaholic, bottom left Nash, and top right in Bulldog. So corners game here. Got Bulldog top right, Ravage bottom right, we got Nash bottom left, and Sash on top left. So it's gonna be an interesting game here. Lloyd, I just got a message of my teammate saying, hey mate, I can't play tonight. So hopefully I can find a replacement for you. If not, we'll I tell you what, mate, if we can find a good team to replace me and Matt for tonight, or just find a replacement for me in general, I'd say we just go on. Your match should be still be counted. Because Matt and I don't really care too much about this, about playing in this. We care more about the casting and streaming of this. So Dorado Descent, not necessarily a 2v2 map, more of a 1v1 map, but it can be used for 2v2s. We're seeing both allied players going War Factory first and then AFC. No, I think it was actually something serious. I haven't checked it. I just saw the brunt of it. So we're seeing a 0 coming out here from Nash. From bottom left down towards bottom right, gonna target that AFC or that power, I think. Onto Ravage is gonna target that power. That means Ravage is gonna go low power. And Sash is doing the same thing. So both server players pressing onto their allied counterparts. I mean, with this early game pressure with the Rhinos, it's gonna be really hard for him to go along here. And the Rocketeer as well from Bulldog coming in to help. Looks like Bulldog again holding up against Sash really nicely. And the power does go down, the barracks does go down, so a little bit delayed there. Sash is gonna go down to the second level here, trying to get that refinery out the way. The AFC is in trouble as well. That's the reason why you don't play place like AFC immediately down towards the second level. It looks like Nash is gonna try and help Bulldog here, his teammate, by going to his top left onto Sash. The refinery AFC does go down, Bulldog holds on. And now Nash down to his top left, Ravage slowly recovering. Sash does get back though, but he's outnumbered. Looks like the lower half of the Rhinos does keep out. And a Bulldog holds on as well, rebuilds the AFC. And here comes the Rocketeers now from Ravage. And the power drop down bottom left from Ravage takes out the War Factory and the incoming Rhinos. Sash defends well, but his teammate actually doing a lot of work here. Sash forced to pull in the minus Rocketeer, still wrecking havoc. And Nash from top left gonna move to his top right now. And look at Bulldog's forces. Looks like Nash did all the work right at the start here for Bulldog to spread his wings and fly. The lab comes out for Ravage. He's bringing back his Rocketeers. Sash is immediately up in Bulldog to grill, just to harass him whenever you can, pull him back just a little bit here. Corner teams are a little bit hard to follow. But as long as you know what color spawns where, that should be good enough here. So we're looking at a clockwise direction. Bulldog pulling back to defend against Nash, Sash, sorry. Doesn't have that the names are so familiar, right? I know, I know, right? It's so weird. Ravage still trying to make some damage onto Sash here. The drones are coming out. Onto Nash, sorry. Sash's teammate. Looks like Nash does survive. He has quite a handful of drones though. Ravage again constantly without no anti-air. And Sash have a good number of Rhinos coming into his Bulldog with fodder as well. Looks like Nash's teammate is slowly holding on. But it's inevitable. Sash making a huge dent down to its top right, and Ravage now recovered, rebuilt with some Mirages on the way too. War Factory does go down for Bulldog. And Sash making a clean effort right through Bulldog's base. He is defending well with Rocketeers of Bulldog. There you go. Bulldog calls GG. Nash should be done as well. And down they go. Really textbook stuff here. Really good early game effort here from Nash to both server players actually to pressure onto their allied counterparts. But unfortunately, I think. Quit. Yeah, I think Ravage did well in holding up against Sash, and Sash actually did a lot of damage on the Bulldog, and he was able to push him back and wait for Ravage to recover. Who is Nash? Nash is a pretty old timer guy. He is part of the Free Win clan, if I'm not wrong. So he has the FW in his game, in his name. So it's 1-all. And the best of 7 here, Festive 4. And Legend something himself. Thank you very much. So let's look at this. We got Nash on the left side. We got Ravage on the left side as well. So Nash and Ravage against Bulldog and Sash. So it's looking to be a top to bottom here on so. Players need to scout earlier. They need to scout earlier and know what's happening. Looks like they does see it. Ravage does see what's happening. He immediately makes some GIs, but it's inevitable that Soviet power is going to be a little bit too hard for him to go through on that right side though. Still scouting a little bit, but players do know it's top to bottom now after they see their teammate somewhere along there. But the Soviet power on the left side for Nash against Ravage, that's going to be hard to go up against. The boss is going to go immediately down here to Conscripts. This is why I think the Soviet counterpart needs to help and defend here and get some pillbosses up. But it looks like the tides have turned here. Ravage successfully pulled the tide here, gets rid of the Conscript on the left side from Nash. Bulldog sending some Rocketeers to help his teammate out here. Sash on the other hand just chilling for a little bit. The drone goes into that miner. Excuse me. Nash gets a miner drone. That's gonna be hard to counter. That's gonna be really hard to counter. I'll fix this comment later, boys. Sorry. Then good number of Rocketeers here from Bulldog down towards the right hand side. Miner does get drone. He does get defended well. The Rocketeers, so many Rocketeers here from Bulldog. Tastes like the War Factory. It's gonna delay him for a little bit later. And the MCB does get sold here. Ravage, he did pull it back, but the Soviet Power Supreme a little bit too hard.
Player defeated.
Sash goes GG, Ravage goes GG. It looks like it's a second point here towards Bulldog and Nash. Is it? Boom. Okay, scoreline fixed. And we're on to the 4th game here on Dry Heat. So Dry Heat is fixed spot here, so top left against bottom right. The losers pick the map, the team top left. And the bottom right team, the winning team, did pick their spots. Martin is an R2 player. Savage is an R2, Ravage is an R2 player. He just plays Zeros as well. So, we're looking at oils here on Dry Heat. Tons of oils everywhere. Top right, bottom right. Look at this rush here down to us from bottom left. We got a Ravage with the Connie Rush. What's this? A little bit of lag coming through. There we go. So obviously top left versus bottom right. Bottom right is the more advantageous spot here simply because of the gems. Players can share the gems. The left side player can share the gems as well. But there's no opportunity to build down for the left side of the player. Top player can definitely build down. Right side, you're a lot more situated closer to the gem, so it's not that big of a deal. Look at this Connie rush down, so it's from Ravage story onto Nash. Couple of sentry guns ready to go. All players do get their oils very nicely. No stealing anywhere of the swords here. Let's see how Ravage does with his control shift. He's using the runs to run over the doggies here, which is a really good thing. And the Connies are being run over as well. Look at Sash now, desperately trying to help his teammate here down towards the bottom side with this attack. And meanwhile, Bulldog putting some pressure onto Sash as well. Let's see how his mark goes up. Sash goes for the miner. The side cell. Oh, Nash got his Rhino stick, and now along the top, Bulldog taking out Sash's power and the bottom as well. Nash, his War Factory is gonna go down here. Meanwhile, Rhinos are gonna take out his MCV. He does have one radar left though. The bottom right team seems to be dominating at the moment. He does defend well. And Nash says he forgot to build. Oh boy, down goes the bottom right team. The team on the better spots. That means that Bulldog and Nash goes down. And Ravage, sorry, and Sash goes 3-1 up. So they're on match point at the moment. They are on match point. Oh, sorry, I see your bubble now. I'll look at message. Alright, match. Points. I didn't get some fucking audio clips up for match point and all that shit. Alright, match points on Divide Freeze and Team Ravagscka, who is on 3-1 up at the moment. Is he gonna be starting Ravage, going Soviet down on top right, and Sash on the bottom right hand side here. His teammate. Bottom left is gonna be Bulldog sticking to Allied, and Nash top left as Allied as well. So we got double Soviet here on the right hand side. This is Allied Soviet on the left hand side. So gonna be a lot easier for you at home to you got triple on DF. Oh wait, what? So when you're so bad that your teammates started to turn on you and attack you as well. Thanks. So it's gonna, yeah, sorry. It's gonna be a lot easier for you at home to follow along with the game. Left with this right, pretty straightforward. But yes, you know what? I'm really excited to see Gunman and Buffalo back playing. I did message Buffalo and be like, time for you to come out of retirement, and Buffalo said maybe, and their schedule is really weird. Same with Jared and Josh, Distant Q and Jared. So thankfully they are able to be scheduled for today. Ooh, drone goes down. Jared and Josh though, it's gonna be a little bit hard to schedule. But Buffalo is that one guy who... Tej, aka Buffalo, is that one guy that I really love to see play, because the first time I saw him play, he was up against Zane, and that was some pretty legendary tank control that we saw there. So, I'm interested to see the same things once again. Hopefully we do see that later on today. Anyways, Ravs is left here. So players are gonna be playing a slower game right at the start. Not much of in terms of a rush unless you're Ed or Neek. You just go 0 anyway. Where's that? Something that Rhino got drone. Yeah, so players are gonna go minor heavy here, I think. Sash gonna be 3 minus. Like Ravage does get a minor drone, but he's on 4 minus here without getting a second war factory up with a 4th miner. After down towards the bottom right here, he's gonna make a move down towards the bottom as well with those grizzlies, and I think he's trying to utilize the grizzlies' speed here, but again it's really vulnerable to some horrible pathing issues there. Sash I think will defend pretty comfortably down towards the bottom right, unless he gets overcommitted down towards one side. Just moving on the order, and not really a great spot to sort of abuse that top bottom movement. Ravage getting a war factory down to the bottom right. Nash selling that MCV so early on. Looks like Bulldog trying to dive in towards that MCV, trying to make some movement here with that tank control. Drones coming out from Ravage down towards the bottom right because Nash isn't really pushing in. I'm not sure whether the communication between Bulldog and Nash here is something that's up to par. It seems like both of them had a different idea of the game plan here coming in to this match point game. Rocketeers from Bulldog does take out that barracks. Look at Sash and the amount of rhinos that he has. Bulldog was constantly pressuring down to his Nash's side. But Nash was a little bit hesitant, but that's why he's hesitant. The Dazzles are there for him to abuse. But I don't know whether that's going to be effective. Sash is already down to his bottom left, so immediately Bulldog in a holding position here. Does he have enough Dazzles back in base here? Nash. It looks like he does not. Drones are out for Ravage. Drones out for Nash as well. Bulldog still holding on here. The last War Factory should be going down. He pulls back his Rocketeers because the bottom right there's tons of air defenses here. It's like Nash makes his way down all the way to the bottom right here. Drones will take care of the rest of Ravage's Rhinos. And it looks like Bulldog does hold on. Bulldog absolutely holds on here with the Rocketeers, and it's all down to Nash down towards the bottom right. Ravage with some reinforcement with the Elite as well. The drones doesn't do enough damage. Bulldog gonna plant his Rocketeers over the Rhinos. Yep, she's a target. Nash Elite goes down. The other Rhinos soon to go down as well. Bulldog and Nash down both to his bottom right. Back in Nash's base, though, there's still nothing much. Nash is broke, obviously, because he did get hit quite heavily. And the War Factory from Sash does go down. Sash with no Rhinos on the field at all. But what he did do is contribute with those drones, and Ravage as well. And Bulldog has free reign here with the Rocketeers, but good instincts there out of Ravage to get the flat cannon out. Because he knows his teammate can't get the flat cannon out. So things start to go a little bit stale here while we wait. Oh, even more drones here from Nash. Sash rebuilds his War Factory. Nash does run both of the miners. One of them does go down. Why is that miner not attacking that drone? So good drones coming out for Ravage. That's going to take care of Deathless pretty easily. Bulldog though doing some good damage onto Nash's War Factory once again. And War Factory for Sash does go down. Ravage now coming in to help his teammate defend. But Nash is going to meet him halfway with those drones. Chasing and chasing and chasing here. This game is gonna be pretty lengthy here, boys. Absolutely pretty lengthy. Got Nash on top left, no miners left. He is surviving on that oil with one War Factory and no miners. And Bulldog still powering through here. It's like Ravage from top right all the way to his bottom left here. He's gonna come and snipe a couple of miners. Bulldog comes back with the Rocketeers to defend. So a double on the top right seems to be the answer here. And does Bulldog defend? He should be able to defend pretty comfortably. Meanwhile, Sash rebuilding once again. This constant pressure from the left side of the team here seems to be working pretty well. But how long can they sustain this pressure? They are going to run out of eco pretty soon. And there's some devastating drones here. And again, Sash's War Factory goes down. That's the third time he had to rebuild and got it destroyed. And Bulldog getting rid of Ravage's Rhinos once and for all. Those are Ravage did sell in MCV as well. So Nash left with 2 buildings. The drones being devastating once again. Everyone broke except for Ravage and Sash. Sash who had to rebuild his War Factory for a third time here. Finally the Bulldog with the Rocketeers coming in to finally take care of him. There is still one flat cannon there. And Sash looks to be going down. His War Factory goes on for a 4th time in a row. No damage down on top right. Bulldog still holding on. So it's all down to Bulldog here, who does have eco, and Ravage is the only one that has eco. Sash now, no War Factories, no eco. But Nash has been contributing so heavily with those drones. Ravage as well, just defending them constantly, time and time and time and over. Great idea to drone the flak. And miner droned as well, so no service eco for Sash to repair his miners, so even more eco lost. And the 5th time the War Factory is built, and the 5th time the War Factory shall go down. Ravage rebuilding of a couple of Rhinos onto his bottom right here. There you go. War Factory goes on once again. That is some horrible, horrible luck there from Sash. The MTV goes down, so no sixth opportunity to rebuild that wall factory. So it's all down to Ravage. Sash does not have units. Does not have production. He only has 2 barracks, which the GIs are very nicely planted on. And it's all down to Bulldog against Ravage. Nice snipe there with the drones onto that flag, and now the rockets should be free, and Nash can contribute with some drones as well. So that can be used as fodder to pull away from those rhinos. But again, it's rhinos against grizzlies here. Definitely not to be underestimated. Bulldog running out of ore in his own base. He's gonna have to start long distance mining some gems. But can he do so before Ravage comes in? And it takes away a lot of Bulldog's base. He's gonna run away with that MCV. That's a nice tank control here. He needs to abuse those rockets a lot better here, planting them where over the rhinos. Because some of the rhinos are smoking, and the elite rocketeer can do lots of damage here. And look at that, finally! Damage done onto the rhinos. It looks like Bulldog does hold on. There's some really good rocketeer control. Bulldog does hold. Oh, I need to get rid of that one rhino there before that miner dies. Bulldog. Micro right away. There you go. So there he goes. Bulldog does survive. Oh, but he does lose his rocketeers though. So Ravage. Barrett is bottom right, Barrett is top right, wall factory top right. He does rebuild a couple of miners while he was pressuring on to a Bulldog, and Bulldog does expand down to his bottom left, moving his MCV to get more eco in. And Nash with that oil still contributing with his drones, and looks like he will be able to snipe a couple of miners here and the micro to turn around and target those rhinos as well. Very nice from Bulldog. And Bulldog coming in with that power drop as well. So lots of opportunities for fodder for the left-sided team. Finally, there you go. Sash called GG. And he quits out immediately. Yeah, I think it's fair for him to quit out. There's not much for him to defend against. But his teammate is still in there, so it might just be a little bit of a team mentality there. That Barrett does not go down. Why did Bulldog stop attacking? And that's how it comes in. And Ravage can still make this work. If he has some pretty elite tank control, he can still make it work. But unfortunately, he is outnumbered pretty heavily by a Bulldog who was able to rebuild and expand. And Bulldog and Nash pulls one back before going down. And it's 3-2.
Player defeated.
Let's see if there's something wrong there from Bulldog. Just say to wait for a little bit. Okay. Alright, we play on. So offense, defense. Pretty sort of an FFG map here, but I think for the 2v2 memes, I had to include this in. So a standard build we see actually on offense defense is one thing is to stop that scout from coming in, which I think the left-sided team here did manage to pull through. Often you have one of your, so if Nash and Bulldog, right, Nash would build along the top, Bulldog would build along the bottom, get some sentry gun, and then the sentry gun down the middle, just to stop the scout from coming in, or just spam some corners down towards the middle. Just to stop the scout from going through so your opponent can't really predict what's going on. It looks like Team Ravagscka does scout onto Team Workaholic. Team Workaholics, on the other hand, does not manage to scout through. So immediately we're seeing a 0 here from the left-sided team. Right side of team fall to go 0 as well, and Ravage again running through those cornies. Running over those corners with some really good control here, and looks like Sash is gonna go Desos at the same time. Bulldog slightly behind because of the allied build. Good just with the scatter movement from Ravage. He is gonna commit now with those corners, which are gonna do quite a bit of damage there. Sash falls to pull in the miners to deal with those conscripts. Does he have enough? Does he have enough here? We need some pillbosses out as well from Nash. He doesn't seem to be spending his money at all. Finally, there we go. Money is being spent. Ravage need to start targeting. Sash doing some really good work here. Looks like double stealth on this map seems to be the absolute key here because of that build time. And the Rocketeers from a Bulldog doing lots of work here. No anti-air at all from the left side of the team. There you go. Ravage finally built a flat cannon to deal with the Rocketeers. We've got Tesla Troopers coming out. The MCV cell does go off. Got Paradrops coming in now from Bulldog. But can they defend against this double Soviet power? It does not seem to do so. We got Paradox back in their base though, but it's not microed well, and Nash now with no production at all, except for that Tesla Trooper. That one single Tesla Trooper will save them all. Sparta goes down immediately. Rockets are being chased by Flak. All are getting targeted, and this looks to be GG for Team Workaholic. Bulldog put in an absolute shift though in that previous Divide Freeze game. This is RA2, yes. But unfortunately, they did not pull through. And they are looking to get their first loss on the board here. Double Soviet on a small map proves to be pretty dominant once again, but GG's all around. Really good show here, especially in that first game that was so intense. And 4-1, 4-2 is the final score here. Team Ravagscka first points on first team to win a game here. GG's all around.
GG!